One day I just looked around at my life, at who I was, and realized if I kept going the way I was going...
Which way was that?
Best case, probably married to the guy that ran the town gas station.
The police. You know what? Maybe that's for the best. Nip it in the bud. I mean, protecting her from the consequences of her own actions.
I do have some discretion here.
Hey guys, Kiwi here. Warning of spoilers for Breaking Bad, El Camino, and Better Call Saul up to Season 6, Episode 6. In this video, I'll be breaking down and discussing the intro cold open to the episode involving the new Kim flashback. Like the video if you end up enjoying it, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter for more Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad updates. And if you really enjoy what I do here, maybe even consider checking out my Patreon, or give back to the channel by clicking on the Super Thanks button under the video. With that being said, let's jump into the breakdown. So there's a lot to unpack here that excites me. This is a loaded topic, and I'll start by mentioning a first few exciting things that come to mind, then we'll break it down chronologically. We see young Kimmy reprise her role from the Season 5 flashback in an all-new Season 6 flashback. Usually whenever we've gotten small details about Kim's past, it's been during minor dialogue.
I've never owned a house. My family never owned one either. We never owned anything.
Such as her interview with Rich in Season 2, showing Jimmy the Ice Station Zebra movie in Season 2, along with her talking to Mr. Acker in Season 5.
When I was little, my mother used to shake me awake in the middle of the night, yelling it was time to go. She was always one step ahead of the landlord.
The creators know how important the mystery of Kim's past is both to the story and the audience's interest as a whole, so they've given her a second flashback scene. This episode features Kim getting in trouble for shoplifting, with the store owner calling her mom to threaten to call the cops. Kim's childhood nickname her mom calls her was even Kimmy as a kid, making the Slip-In Kimmy nickname we gave her after the Season 5 finale, paralleling Slip-In Jimmy, even more fitting. Also, our theories about her past were true. Instead of repeating myself, I'm just going to include a snippet from a previous video I did way back in May of 2020, almost 2 full years ago, about Kim's past as to where she may be during Breaking Bad. There's a popular theory about a hypothetical untold backstory that we'll see in Season 6 that explains why Kim stays around Jimmy, and the theory is that there's someone in her past that Jimmy reminds her of, someone who was possibly toxic or bad for her the same way that Jimmy is. This is why she feels comfortable around Jimmy even though he's bad for her.
Am I bad for you?
He is bad for Kim, but it is her own fault. She keeps letting him back in, and some part of her that we don't know, which is her past, it's clear that she even finds it familiar.
It's a comfortability level that she's used to, and we've discussed this previously on the channel. So, who from her past will we learn about in Season 6? Was it a family member, a former boyfriend, or just a friend in general? Was Kim always like this, or is she evolving into this for the first time? Was she like this in the past, but then she decided to go on the straight and narrow just like Jimmy and become a lawyer? So wow, kinda hit the nail on the head with that one, huh? Needless to say, we were wondering about this and expecting it for a long time, and it's finally come to fruition, with the person from Kim's past being her mother. The answer was apparently staring us in the face this whole time, considering we already saw her mother in the Season 5 Kim flashback, but it was possible to see other people from her past as well. We always wondered if her past was going down a bad choice road before she cleaned her life up and turned around as a lawyer.
Look, we all make choices, right? And those choices, they put us on a road.
Due to Kim's mother being a bad influence on her, she learned to steal and con her way through life as a child and teenager. She eventually decided to go on the straight and narrow once she became an adult, wanting more to her life than just working at the town grocery store called the Hinky Dinky, as she told Rich during her interview in Season 2.
Maybe cashiering down at the Hinky Dinky.
The Hinky what?
Hinky Dinky. It was our supermarket.
So the Kim that we knew from Seasons 1 to 5 wasn't even the true Kim. It was a masked persona that Kim tried evolving into in order to put her life path on the straight and narrow. For years as a lawyer, Kim tried going down good choice road, but the more she got involved with Jimmy, she devolved back into the bad choice road that is Slip-In Kimmy.
Bad choice road. Bad choice road. Bad choice road.
It's true that we never knew Kim's past, so we never knew what she was like before becoming a lawyer. It's just wild that Kim was originally Slip-In Kimmy before she had ever met Jimmy. Jimmy obviously never knew this, and unintentionally peer pressured and tempted Kim to return to her former lifestyle, kinda like offering a former alcoholic a drink without ever knowing that they used to have a drinking problem. It's not completely Jimmy's fault though, because Kim never told Jimmy that she had this past, and it was her choice to go down this bad choice road with Jimmy.
Kim, doing this, it's not you, okay? You would not be okay with it. Not in the cold light of day.
Wouldn't I?
I'm glad that we got to see official confirmation on Kim's backstory, so with all that being said, let's discuss the remainder of episode 606 with the cold open flashback. At first it kinda looks like Kim is in a principal's office, but it's soon revealed that she's in a retail office with the manager slash boss bringing her mom in to scold her. Notice how Kim is anxiously tapping her foot with anxiety, the same thing that we see her do as an adult, such as in season 5 right before she gets married to Jimmy, or when she's waiting for Cliff to arrive for their meeting in 604. This shows that it's been a nervous twitch of sorts for her ever since she was a kid. To be honest, when I first saw this scene, her mom was even fooling me in regards to being upset and disappointed in Kim for stealing. She sounded appalled at Kim doing this, saying things such as how Kim was gonna pay back every dollar out of her allowance no matter how many years it took. The store manager said that the normal protocol for theft over a certain dollar amount is to call the police. On one hand, that could have just been a scare tactic towards Kim, on the other hand, it could have been legit. Kim's mom scolds her in a way where she says that her punishment will be so severe that she'll wish that they just called the cops. But in reality, this is Kim's mom conning the manager out of calling the cops, thinking that the mother's punishment will be enough. Kim's mom gets mad at her, saying that they'll nip it in the butt.
Nip it in the bud.
Along with offering to pay for the stolen necklace and earrings, just further convincing the manager that, that's unnecessary, letting them off scot-free. Even when leaving the store, the manager tells Kim how great her mom is and to not upset her any further. Once they leave, we start slowly getting hints that it was all for show more and more until it becomes blatantly obvious. First, Kim holds her mom's hand, and her mom doesn't seem angry at her, continuing to hold Kim's hand instead of letting go. At first, you could think that Kim's just trying to act sorry, but the fact that her mom reciprocates the hand holding almost with a smile implies that she isn't even mad. Then once they turn the corner, her mom looks back to double check no one's looking, and then she starts making fun of the whole situation, mocking the snip it in the butt line, proving that it was all an act. Once they get in the car, Kim's mom tells her that she didn't know she had it in her, making the obvious already more clear in case you weren't catching on yet. The way her mom says this makes her seem proud of Kim for shoplifting, the exact opposite of what this scene started out making you think. Also, Kim's mom gives her a present, earrings. So there's 3 possibilities here. Did her mom buy them for Kim? Did her mom steal them for Kim? Or are these literally the earrings that Kim tried stealing herself? I think it's either options 2 or 3, because it's just such insult to injury to think that the mom was just pretending to get mad at Kim for stealing earrings, but ended up stealing a pair for Kim herself. And in regards to those earrings, aren't those the same earrings that Kim has worn for the entire show? They're pretty recognizable, being triangles. A good moment to look at them up close is during the episode 303, when Kim is getting ready at the fitness center across the street from her season 3 office with Jimmy. I mean, look at them, they're the same freaking triangle earrings. That's absolutely wild. And you may be wondering, okay, cool, we got an origin story to Kim's earrings being symbolic of her past shoplifting relationship and connection to her mother, but why is Kiwi freaking out about this? We've always been noticing Kim's iconic ponytail, but the earrings are probably just as important. Now, way back in April 2021, a very active supporter and viewer of the channel, Lisa, came up with the theory that Kim's earrings hold some sort of symbolic significance that we weren't aware of yet. She originally mentioned this theory in the live chat to MGN's Inside the Gilliverse show, which features the creators and actors from Better Call Saul. Tom Schnoz was on the Gilliverse episode at the time and said it was only because she grew up poor and didn't have a lot of money and started out with only 1 pair. So who knows if they had the Kim's mom connection mapped out way back in season 5 or not? I mean, obviously Kim's mom was in the season 5 flashback, but I mean the connection to Kim's mom in regards to the earrings. Who knows, maybe this conversation back in 2021 planted the idea in Tom's head to elaborate on it more in season 6. And to be honest, I never really thought much of it, kinda shrugged it off thinking it was a possibility, but I didn't have any ideas or theories at the time as to how it will one day become significant. I always kept it in the back of my mind though, and here it is, the theory coming to fruition. So big shout out to Lisa, I still see her in the comments to this day, and I appreciate appreciate the support. Hell, I appreciate the support of each and every viewer, but especially the ones who comment so often. I literally recognize your names and profile pictures on YouTube, Twitter, and even Reddit to some extent. Now, it's possible that other people have thought about Kim's earrings in the past too, but this is literally the only time I've ever heard someone talk about it, so I wanted to give full credit to the theory, including the origins of it, especially since it's crazy to think that that theory over a year ago could have motivated this to happen, especially that was when they were still in the writer's room. Moving on, in regards to Kim's childhood location, yes, they're in Red Cloud, Nebraska on the Kansas-Nebraska border. We learned that Kim's hometown was on the Kansas-Nebraska border during our interview with Rich in Season 2, and then we learned that the town name was Red Cloud due to the Season 5 Kim flashback to her standing outside of her school.
I see you went to UNM Law. Are you from New Mexico?
Not originally. I'm from the Midwest, just a tiny little town barely on the map, near the Kansas-Nebraska border. You've never heard of it.
People have been bringing up the possibility of a Gene and Kim reunion by the end of Season 6 in a future Gene scene, and when you really think about it, it could make sense as to why they haven't shown our Season 6 Gene scene yet, because maybe Kim is involved in the Gene scene, and so they don't want to spoil that Kim is quote-unquote safe, so they're waiting until the end of the Better Call Saul timeline concludes in order to show Kim in the Gene timeline. So although I like the reunion theory enough to the point that I already made a full video about Kim and Gene having a reunion.
Jimmy?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, I'm in Omaha, Nebraska.
There's one fatal flaw. I'd like to once again direct you to that same Where's Kim in Breaking Bad video that I showed you a clip of earlier. But entertaining the Gene plus Kim reunion a bit longer, she could have moved out of town during the events of Breaking Bad, but moved back to her small town in Nebraska. This could be why Saul goes to Nebraska as Gene. Even with that being said, I feel like any plans that Saul had to purposely reunite with Kim in Nebraska are either false or coincidental. I say this because if you rewatch the Breaking Bad scene where Ed the Disappear speaks to Saul about his new identity and where he's going, Saul acts like he has no reason to go to Nebraska or that he didn't pick the location.
Nebraska? What's in Nebraska?
You, from now on.
He says, Nebraska, what's in Nebraska? Ed replies, you. It sounds like Ed chose the location, not Jimmy, and that he chose it because there was no one there that Saul could possibly know of. But also, El Camino has proven it to be possible for the customer to choose where to be relocated to because Jesse got to go to Alaska, which is the place that he wanted to go restart his life ever since Mike told him during their flashback to Breaking Bad Season 5. So we could go back and forth on this all day, but I'll leave you with this question. Did Saul purposely ask to get relocated to Nebraska because he knew in his heart that he'd be within close proximity to Kim, or did Ed choose it and this is all coincidence?
If I'm lucky, a month from now, best case scenario, I'm managing a Cinnabon in Omaha.
Obviously, that scene with Ed and Saul were created before Better Call Saul, so that dialogue was created before Gene or Kim were ever created or, a thought-up idea, so it's possible for them to retcon it and imply that Saul actually did go to Nebraska on purpose for Kim, even though it originally seemed like Ed chose the location. So I actually briefly mentioned this during both Pete Pepper's live stream last week and the live stream with Phil the Issues Guy that I did yesterday immediately after 606 aired. So I figured I'd just show you a clip from one of my previous videos instead of repeating it yet again, along with showing that we've been discussing this for a while. Also, I'm not sure if this was intentional or not, but the Season 5 Kim flashback was Season 5 Episode 6, with this new Kim flashback being exactly a season later, Season 6 Episode 6. Both cold opens were a Kim flashback. Finally, I just wanted to quickly acknowledge and give praise to the actor Beth Hoyt that played Kim's mother. She did such an amazing job replicating the way that Kim moves and acts on the show to imply that Kim got her personality from her mother. Kim's mom looks so much like Kim all grown up as well, to the point that for a split second, I even wondered if the mom was played by Ray Seahorn but as another character, even though that's obviously not true. But I mean, just look at Kim's mom as they're outside walking to the car and tell me that doesn't look like Ray Seahorn. Obviously it's not, but you gotta admit it kinda looks like it. So let me know what you think about Kim's past in the comments below, along with if you think Kim will reunite with Gene even if Ed did choose Gene's location. I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, and if you're new to the channel or just haven't yet already, subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay updated on when I post new content on Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. Check out my Patreon or give a super thanks to help support the channel financially. If you got a few spare bucks lying around, it'd mean a lot, and also thanks to those who have already. But most importantly, I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
I just wanted something else.
What did you want?
More.
Nip it in the bud.